Dang. Hi. So, I'm just setting up there we go. The what's gonna play in the background. Okay. Dun, da, da. There. Okay. Now, um, at the moment, we're just coloring houses. We almost got to the end of the street. So then we'll be doing the other side of the street, getting it done right. It'll be nice. So, oh my goodness, surprise. My book was not supposed to get here until today. And it actually got here yesterday. And I was worried because it had been raining, but apparently they found a nice spot where they could put it, and the book did not get damaged. Um, Bought it with the money that I made from my books, so um, from buying books, from people buying my books. Um, but anyway, so now I have an extra with the Minecraft art on it, but it's still same book, just different cover. So I'm either gonna I'm either gonna like save it up for a giveaway or try to donate it to the library. I was thinking if I donate it to the library, um, people might read it and go, "Ooh, I want more." The only problem is that with my books, I have not figured out how to, um, you know how like usually there's the author name at the top of the page or the name of the book or something like that. Yeah, I haven't figured out how to do that. Um, Word 365 is, um, is different from some of the other word programs that they've come up with. And, there's things that I just don't know how to do. Like, um, like putting the page numbers where I want them to be. Somebody at Microsoft helped me get it that way on one book, and I've been like copy pasting And they really need to come up with a book that teaches you how to do that kind of stuff. Um, yeah. So I woke up about half an hour ago and still kind of tired. So if I'm a little quiet, that's the reason. Um, the last few days I've been having a little bit of Pepsi to wake me up, Um, cherry Pepsi actually. Um, and I had that because previously, certain time of the month, I had to have um, Coca-Cola actually, because you get a gurgly stomach, you know, um, with certain times of the month, and like the Coca-Cola, kind of uh, goes in there and makes it feel better, you know. Well, the I actually didn't need either one this morning. What? Hold on. Oh, I know what the problem is. I'm still confused. Well, I'll go in there and figure out what the heck you're talking about in after stream. I think she's trying to, come up with good titles like I do. Uh, like I try to. I'm not saying I come up with good titles. Um, I actually think I really suck at coming up with titles. If you disagree, if you read one of my books and disagree with me, please let me know. I the thing is that I've read so many books where where um not Howl's Moving Castle because I think it's the second chapter. It says in which Sophie talks to hats. And somewhere in that chapter, Sophie does start talking to the hats. It makes sense. But I've read books and it says, um, like it says that, for example, William Wallace gave Muron a kiss. You know, the like Princess Bride kind of kiss. And there was no kiss in the whole entire chapter. You know? It's something like that. And you're wondering, why did they name it this? Or or like um or something like, the puppy, um I don't believe in crate training your animals. They should be free range in the house. If you don't like that they make messes, don't have animals. But I mean, with the exception of, like hamsters and things that are supposed to be in cages, because you know, I mean, if you don't mind them free range, that's fine. But I just think I don't know, there's a difference. There's a difference between a cat and a dog and a hamster. But like most of the chapter, let's say, um is about the girls going to the soda fountain, but then you have this minor thing in there about um you have this minor thing in there about Adam sending his dog Banana to his crate because he got overexcited and peed on the floor. And that's what you name the chapter Puppy Got in Trouble. Well, that doesn't make any sense if the majority of it is they went to the soda fountain. So, I try to come up with something that actually makes sense for the chapter. Doesn't always work though. Because sometimes I go and take the part that I thought was like so totally cool and use that. Or like I try to use 2 word chapters. Sometimes I'll use a 3 word chapter because if it's like in the boat, you know, or on the ship, you can't really say on ship. Well, okay, you can say on ship, but you can't really say in ship and it makes sense. Which reminded me, I told my husband that my book was um I was tracking my package because I went, because I knew that it had been windy and rainy. Um, well, and I was super excited to get it, but I was tracking my package, and I said that it went from uh, I think went from the one thing to shipped. And my husband was like, that makes no sense. And I'm like, yeah, it does. It went to shipped. It's on the shipped side. It's, you know, gonna be uh here any day now. Now, on the other hand, if I accidentally get 2 copies, I'm gonna be like, hey, what happened here? Now, I started doing it this way because I was getting confused what house I was working on. So I'm like, okay, the spot where, see, it looks like birch. Um, that's birch, and it lines up with this polar. I mean, this right here. Um, don't think you would really call it a pole though. Okay. Hey, this side